Respect. Not your genuine love, respect page. I truly appreciate the time to the genuine ones only. Protect your energy because not everybody's having your time. You know, when you a child of God, you don't have to sit here and fake gaslight nobody when God's working in your favor. You don't got to sit here and fake gaslight nobody when you're really at peace with yourself, the genuine, healthy way, and you don't have malicious intentions. And they don't understand how God's working in your favor. You know, a bond so strong and beautiful, one of a kind that you have with God, a bond that they can't get in tune with, how you're elevating, becoming your best self vision of yourself, and how did you do it? You know, being sexually assaulted as a child, going from your adulthood, dealing with trauma on top of trauma from what was from your childhood, went into your adulthood, domestic violence, dysfunctional family, trauma on top of trauma, being brainwashed, manipulated. You put a name to your book, dealing with sicknesses, you put a name to your book. But when God allows you to become your best self vision of yourself and go in and do the inner work within to become your best self vision of yourself, they sit there and question you how God is working in your favor. Impossible. Never judge a book by its cover. A bond that's unbreakable, but two, that's so powerful that nobody will be able to break and get in tune with to see how it really is really genuine and true. Especially with negative energy trying to project their mindset on a situation that ain't got nothing to do with them. And they only trying to do is be nosy, let alone bring disrespect towards an innocent person when they trying to elevate and become their best self vision themselves. But you know, when you sit there and question God, you're only playing in your own face. You know, a bond with God is real. And to understand how that child of God is elevating, becoming a best self vision of themselves, they understood the assignment that you walk by faith, not by sight. So when they understand to express themselves that God is working in their favor, one thing they don't got to do is fake gaslight anybody. And I say that respectfully. God is real. Protect your energy because not everybody's having your time. You know, the enemy installed so much toxic behavior that became the norm, and it was never the norm, especially not part of God's timing. When it came to children being sexually assaulted, or when it came to a child being manipulated by adults, that wasn't part of God's plan. And I say this respectfully. And it was more disturbing to see that that child that's been sexually assaulted from a child point of view, and when they go into their adulthood, how they that child of God can express themselves and they get taken as a joke, or they get taken as they're not worthy of themselves to know that they just overcame something that is so powerful within their testimony, and they're still standing before themselves. With God's protection, with God's direction, I say this respectfully. It's so sad and disturbing to see that adults, and majority of adults, not all but some, will have the mindset to laugh at another adult that was sexually assaulted as a child. When does common sense start to kick in? When does the real reality start to kick in on God's timing? That it's just certain things that it's not funny. That's just like saying this, and it just goes to show the mindset of people, backgrounds of their homes at the end of the day, when it comes to common sense, that you don't have none. And I said what I said. Because that's like this. That same adult that you laughed at because they were sexually assaulted as a child, now let the tables turn now, right? This is something that God said to speak upon. And God said this to me. Why is it, right? Because God brought this to my heart. God said if the tables turned and that was one of your family members or your child or someone that you was looking over, to do that to one of them, or let alone do that to you, because, you know, being sexually assaulted doesn't have an age. It's the mindset for me. How dysfunctional people can really be. To think it's the norm to go against your neighbor and think it was so funny and genuinely funny, and have all the energy to talk about it, but don't have the energy to talk about being free. You see what page we on now, right? It's the mindset for me. Children go missing every single day. Every single day. Children get hurt every single day in the hands of someone being neglectful. Children get hurt every single day. Someone overlooking them. Someone not taking the time to get to know who this child is. Because they're busy doing everything else besides occupying that child's time in a healthy way. It's the mindset for me. How an innocent person can tell their testimony within their testimony and it becomes a joke. But why is it more of a joke because it's a man and less funny when it's a female? Why is that? Oh, I get it. Because when a real man steps up to the plate and be real and transparent, this is why they get broken down at the end of the day. Because ain't nothing funny. Regardless if it's a female or male at the end of the day, ain't nothing funny when it comes to sexual assault, boo. Nothing funny about it. Until it's you. It's the mindset for me that you want somebody to play the sympathy card for you. But it was just funny to you. Now you reevaluate your thought process saying that was not funny at all. I am so sorry to you. I was coming from a low vibrational point of view. And I didn't understand that, be in tune with myself to respect you. Because I didn't know how to respect myself. To respect you. It's the mindset for me. We supposed to uplift each other. Not go against each other. We supposed to pray for each other. Not go against each other. It's the mindset for me. How it says it takes a village to raise a child, but it also takes a village to respect each other. It's the mindset for me. When it's one-sided, it would never make sense. It's like making a soup without the recipe. It's not going to make sense at the end of the day. You don't have the right ingredients to make the soup. How are you going to make the soup? This is how people get left behind. And then when someone starts to elevate, y'all hating the skies. Someone could be so transparent about as to what transpiring within their life to help another innocent person or to help children that's going through the same experience today. And all you just did was laugh in their face. Took their kindness for weakness to manipulate their character for something that truly wasn't. And not understanding why this person is acting out the way they're acting out. Or with how they've been acting out the way they've been acting out. Because they didn't know how to deal with what just transpired within. You understand how a confusing mind state of a child still showing up in an adult body can be? It's a scene that you don't want to see. Because you got two different ages competing against each other. And trying to figure out who's going to show up today. Is it going to be the kid or is it going to be the child? It's the mindset for me. When depression is real and anxiety is real, PTSD is real. You don't understand what they just been through. But all you knew how to do was laugh at them. It just goes to show you at the end of the day, the elementary school mindset that you still have today. That bullyism still lives and exists today. And it needs to stop. And this is why the kids move the way they do. How they taking information from somebody that's supposed to be their role model, but the way they interpret it is all wrong and backwards. Because it's not the norm to go against your neighbor, let alone laugh at someone being sexually assaulted. It's sad. It's so sad. Because why would you want to wait till something happens to your family or your folks, or it became the norm in your family, so you didn't care? But that's not the norm. It's not. It's not the norm. God is real. Judgment Day's been here. Get it together. And I say that respectfully. Because God is not playing with a lot of people. A lot of people God is not playing with. Get it together. If you're dealing with karma now, you know why. A person don't have to project spell work on you for karma to show up in your life. And always remember, your karma will never be dished out how you dish it out. And I say that respectfully. When you know, you know. Just because someone gave up on you, don't give up on yourself. Just because someone overlooked you, don't give up on yourself. You are genuinely loved by all the right people. You are genuinely respected by all the right people. You should be treated with respect. Never allow the enemy or hating skies or person's attention. It's like there's no person on your freedom in your pockets. I should appreciate time to genuine only. Now you genuine love, respect. Protect your energy because not bringing your time. Yeah, it's the dope pass for me. Thumbs up.